Alrighty, how this is Gara 2424. We gonna continue the long ass story quest for Genshin Impact. Skip button, please. It took 3 hours to get to the doggone freaking sisters. Ooh, I'm sorry, I had to vent that one. Here, we'll go back to this damn ass story so we can finish.
What's the hurry?
Ah, you're here. Sandroni! How are things going? Glad you asked. Hey! Whatever. Wow! This meter, once it's been... What do you mean? Whatever. I'll share the data with... There. Wow! Look at that! About time you... Anyway, that might... I'm kinda...
Thankfully, Miss Nicole has come to our aid. Nasha Town is now looking very well defended.
Golden Flame. Based on the latest, the situation should be more stable with her assistance.
Albedo! Durin!
Hello there, you two.
Are you well rested?
That's good to hear. As per the plan, Albedo and I will be in charge. As Dotori's energy field expands, it's creeping ever closer.
We fought side by side many times before, and I believe this time will be no difference. So don't worry about us.
Traveler, Paimon, a pleasure to see you both.
Friends! How's everything coming along?
Fairly well, if I do say so myself.
Ooh, you sound much more serious than usual.
To be honest, I am not usually fond of exercising my full strength. For one thing, it's hardly conducive to maintaining a low profile. Besides, I believe one should have the right to choose when to show their hand. I am conserving my strength until the moment of battle is upon us.
Seeing you get into the zone like this really puts Paimon at ease.
I consider it an honor to have your trust. Rest well. I look forward to seeing you both in your element during the battle.
Yes, Miss Moonchanter? What are you staring at?
You always address me in the strangest ways. Lady Moonchanter 1 minute, Miss Moonchanter the next.
Yes, and? Are either of those incorrect?
Not as such. It's just that I simply call you Nefer now.
Uh-huh. That's my name. What's your point?
The point is I don't add any honorifics or titles.
Meaning what?
That maybe we're on friendlier terms now than we used to be.
Is that how you see it? Then I thought I was the one with eye damage.
Never! Wilma!
Paimon, traveler.
That was a trip.
Just swinging by to check in on you. How are things going?
Don't worry about me. I won't slow us down.
And I give my all to ensure our... yes. Allow me to give you two a quick checkup. All done. You're both in good shape.
You're welcome. You'll have your work cut out for you in this battle against Dottore, so make sure...
Paimon will keep an eye on her. Don't you worry.
I'm glad to hear it. Take good care of yourself, too, Paimon.
Sure thing.
Here they come. That's quite a horde.
As we expected.
Get ready, everyone.
Take your positions and prepare to engage.
Let's begin.
I'm at the ready.
plan.
Go! The long sleep beckons. Observe. Hot. Got a frenzy with yours on it. Pretty strong. Be silent. Close your eyes. It's yours. Go!
For the everlasting forest.
Time for the big one.
The deception ends here.
Couldn't fix it.
Balloon going off. Okay.
Leave this place. These creatures cannot stand against us.
Oh, fighting tough. Just don't let your guard down.
That goes without saying. I'm hardly the risk taker in this room.
Excuse me. Can't hide the truth.
With one heart, we pray. You poor lost lamb.
No more lies. The deception ends here. Can't hide the truth.
By the frost moon of old.
It all adds up.
Forest, protect us.
Can't hide the truth. Seek within. It all adds up.
With one heart, we pray. You poor lost lamb.
No more lies. Witness my great undertaking. The story has only just begun. Get back! This! That was easier than I thought.
Naturally.
What do you mean? Is it because as created beings go, we're of a higher level than them?
Bombs away!
Nowhere to hide!
This is not the end.
The mystery unravels.
Leave this place. For the everlasting.
People have always used fire to drive away wild beasts.
Wouldn't a lantern work just as well?
You read my mind, my dear friend. I was just about to say that.
All right then, dear friend. Bring the light.
Be silent. Night falls. It's a grave situation. Observe.
all adds up. Horace, protect him. Leave this place. By the Frostmoon hold.
You're looking well. I trust you've had a good couple of days.
Dottore.
It's actually a good thing, in my view. If the subjects of my experiment were to die prematurely, it would throw quite a wrench in the works. And so, we are no longer on the same level. But you are nonetheless worthy of my respect. A creator god should be merciful and gracious after all. And in any case, it is only right that before I end your lives, the world is informed. The experiment begins. With the marrow of the three moons in my hand, behold the false
Water jet!
reverse.
Go!
The deception ends here. With one heart,
Entro. The night cometh. That's more like it. Some results of battle. Close attack.
B-side.
You're already struggling.
Bombs away!
the mystery unravels.
First, like an ant in my palm.
I've been moved inside another space, and it's sealed off. Looking at the structure of it, it seems like the Tory intends to trap us here. There's no exit. Our endurance is about to be put to the test.
Moon's remnants.
Go! Water jet!
Can't hide the truth. It all adds up. Whole last round.
Good. Keep it up. I'm still collecting data.
Can't hide the truth. Seek within.
Be shut. Found.
has opted for a divide and conquer strategy. But we will not allow him to triumph. Now, I shall pray for our victory. Version of the space Columbina got trapped in? There really is no way out. We'll see about that, Detroit.
My apologies. I had not intended to take your teammates from you. Leaving Obey, and I can release on this one. It can't seem to deal with harassment. Won't you consider it? Working on. My guess would be that you're trying to bring Columbina back. But then, I always found their friendship to be a curious phenomenon. Speaking of Columbina, I once saw her as like a younger sister. We got along quite amicably while she was with the Fatui, but then one day she suddenly decided she would refuse to take part in any further experiments. To this, it's such a pity. I could have had a sister, a family. But alas,
You're not fit to be family to her.
that I can't deny. So many people, all obsessed with playing out the same tired old drama. And then there's you. You had every opportunity to reach the right conclusion. The thought of killing you off like this. But I maintain that I approached you in good faith, so I will offer you another chance. Will you work with me? You have until I count 1, 2, 3.
Not in a million years.
What a pleasant surprise.
You're as sick and twisted as ever. Don't fool yourself into thinking anyone's... Sandrone, the formula hasn't finished yet.
Funnily enough, I was just discussing a collaboration opportunity with the Traveler. And then I see you, who I must say is a good example of an opportunity gone to waste.
Gone to waste?
I said that everyone would get one chance. And you've used yours to march right back into the lion.
And what makes you think
I was planning on disposing of your little formula after wrapping up more urgent business here. But since you've taken the trouble of... this your life's work? This piece of trash? Your formula runs too slowly, Sandrone. You put your hope for success on others instead of fighting dirty. That is why you have failed. Now, whom should I slay first? Any volunteers? No one? How nice of you to leave the decision to me. Any last words for me, comrade?
Is there anything you wish for?
Not really. But I've always known what I don't want. Go to hell, Dottore.
Now, you have failed.
Sandrone!
Now you see how fragile mechanical contraptions are. Just a gentle tap, and they fall to pieces. However keen of an inventor Sandrone may have... Of course, I have to commend her for making it this. Now, it is time... My count was interrupted, but the second chance I extended to you still stands. By now, I'm sure you have gained a greater appreciation for the power and Not in the mood to talk. I'll change the topic to something more apropos. Sandrone was always like this, never trusting anyone, always so Objectively speaking, she had her strengths. It is remarkable how she extracted and even optimized the world formula from so much data. But her inability to trust was her undoing. Had she allowed someone else to monitor or run the formula for her, you might still have a chance at victory. But regrettably, she was a...
Dottore. Maybe this is news to you, but people can change. You can twist the truth however you want, but I see it clear as day. You're the one who can't trust other...
Is that how you see? By this point, what can you hope to... It is pointless to fight on. You've already lost.
Wrong. You can't win this, Dottore. Can get us 90% of the way. It will connect you to Columbina. Then, I will bring the formula's output to the traveler's side. For the last 10%, do whatever it takes. Just bring the moon down. unite the Trilune Authority within the Frost Moon. And when my body, soul, and authority are reunited, finally... Columbina! It's been too long. I'm back. Stay focused on the battle, Traveler.
What a touching reunion. Though I personally find myself repulsed by the sight of weaklings huddled together for war. Now, quite finished patting yourselves on the back. Show me how long you can struggle before you drown.
Watch out, Columbina!
all from them.
So dull. Only the weak rely on each other for comfort. Once I transcend fate, you will be nothing but fodder for my grand experiment.
That will never happen.
No, you're doing it wrong. The moon looks like this now.
What are you...
The new moon, Mom. It looks different than before, doesn't it? Also... Can I go buy a sugar sculpture today?
All right. I suppose today is a special day after all. Almost like...
Extra, extra! Get the latest Nasha Express post-disaster report. Nasha Town reborn beneath a new moon. The voyage begins today. The future looks bright, thanks...
I knew things would be different. But I didn't think that...
They say a new moon goddess has been born.
A new moon goddess? Who's saying that? The Frost Moon Scions?
I guess so. I'm not too clued up on the details. As far as I'm concerned, the moon's still in the sky and it's business. Hey, since we've come all this way, shall we grab our...
Are you a convert now?
Oh, come on. What does it matter? After everything we've all just been through?
Come on! We gotta get there early, or there won't be any good spots. Shh, keep it down. This is a residential area. What? Why is it so noisy outside? It's okay. Paimon was pretty much awake. What about you? Did you rest well? Still winding down from everything that's happened? Or, okay, if you say so. But don't push yourself, alright? What we just went through was a lot. It's totally normal if you need some time to get back in your... Luanatar disappeared after Columbina came back. Still, Paimon kind of misses Luanatar. But anyway, you did great. So did Paimon. So, chin up, Traveler. Hey, don't poke fun. Paimon didn't think you'd mention it. You have no idea how anxious Paimon was. She was worried sick about you. Well, if you really want to show Paimon you're sorry, you're gonna need to make it up to her. Okay. Paimon's full now. Huh? Oh, hey there, Traveler and Paimon. Good morning. Morning, Yehuda. Here for some breakfast? Oh, I've already eaten. Just need some water. I was mostly worried you might forget what day it was. Careful there, Paimon. Too much food will make you drowsy. Don't let anyone catch you hiding at the back and nodding.
Yeah, she'd probably be saying that to Aino.
True. You know, I'm surprised that all these competing groups are actually coming together to...
Well, nothing like a region-wide calamity to bring people together. After that...
Try telling Boss Neff that. She's not exactly...
Really? But if she's so pessimistic about it, what?
Probably 'cause... Even though Unity's... I think things will work out, though.
Paimon's with you on that one.
All right. Life's slowly returning back to... were you about to head out? There's...
Yeah!
Sounds good.
I forgot I got to do that and see what...
Please accept today's boon. Have a nice day.
Are Paimon's eyes deceiving her? Or is that Inefa handing out food for the Frost Moon Scions?
Hello there. Would you like a feast of the moon along with some snacks of the day?
So, what's new, Inefa? It was only a few days ago when we last saw you, but... And Aino too?
What are you talking about, Paimon? We're just here to help.
In the wake of the disaster, it's all hands on deck. We responded to Llama's request for support. At times like these, the smallest good deed can inspire others.
And we're using eggs and heating tubes. Inefa! Did you hear that? The Traveler said I did good.
That's because it's true, I know. Proposal. If you can resist eating today's dessert, I will provide you with compliments, too.
No way! Well, that proposal got shot. I need something to get me through the hard times. Mom!
Yes, dear. Go right ahead.
Excuse me. Could I take a photo with the rope? She helped us get safely out of Notcry, and she helped us get back home too.
Of course she is.
But you stole my snacks.
Oops.
Shall we move to the open space near the...
Thank you.
Aren't you the better pick for this job, Flint?
You underestimate yourself yet again, Master Ilua.
Not at all. I rarely come by Nasha Town. I don't know any of the big shots here.
All in good time. Socializing is a step-by-step journey.
But you're much further ahead on that road, aren't you?
You're not seeing the full picture. You know the truth now. My friends do not understand my habits. There is no question about it. The Lightkeepers need a representative in the League. Someone who is upright, cares about other people, and can realize their self-worth through group.
You say it like you wouldn't make the cut.
I am most flattered that you think I would. Sigh a little less, Master Ilua, and have more faith in yourself. All the Lightkeepers agree that you're a very promising young man. That is precisely why Starshina and Nikita felt safe delegating such important work to you.
I'm sure we all also agree that we would sooner die of dehydration than manage to wrangle anything out of you in a discussion.
My apologies. I am not in the habit of bringing water with me when I go out.
Whatever. I'll take the job. By the way, who else is part of this?
Oh, it's quite the who's who of Nodcry. There's the Moon Chanter of the Frost Moon Scions, the boss of the Curatorium of Secrets, a representative of the Voynich Guild, and even someone from the adorable Krumkak. I'm sure you will find speaking with them to be a genuine pleasure.
If you say so. I've never done this work before, so I'm honestly a little scared of making mistakes, but I'll do it. Not only is it our duty as Lightkeepers, but...
An admirable attitude to take. The beacons are lit, Ilua. We're but one step away from breaking through the blizzard. We have the chance to band together and build our shared homeland into an Elysium. This is unprecedented.
Yeah.
Quite a few familiar faces have arrived.
seem well rested.
I know no one's asked, but I'm sure you all want to know, so let me just say, we're doing great. Thanks. Well, great, but not perfect. I'm starting to lose my mind from boredom. Can't drink a drop of alcohol while I'm waiting for my wounds to heal.
I'm sure you had a sneaky swig or two.
Wait, how'd you find out?
I'm sure you must be missing Mondstadt after all these years away, Grandmaster.
Yeah, you could say that again. Every time I get news from Mondstadt, it makes me want to go back and see the place for myself. Honestly, once things are wrapped up here, I think it'll be time to...
Hey, looks like someone's taking the stage.
Can everyone see okay? Anyone need a boost?
I'll just listen from the back.
You're taking this pretty seriously, huh?
Well, it's not every day that I get the chance to see how people speak in official settings.
Soak it up like a sponge. I'll make sure you get a chance to practice for yourself later down the line. Actually, I know just the thing. You can debrief the Knights of Favonius.
Mr. Varka, are you forgetting that I'm not a Knight of
I can knight you. Any particular title you'd like?
Is he joking? I really can't tell.
You'll have to figure this one out for yourself.
It is my honor to host the opening ceremony for the League, and to have this opportunity to speak to you all in my capacity as Voynich Guild representative.
Could this person also have been pushed onto the big stage by the real big shots?
We come here today, having weathered the trials and hardships of yesterday, and having learned from them.
All right, here we go. Uh-oh, looks like Aino's off in Dreamland already. Wait, bosses, look.
Come on, get the speech over with already.
Nodcry is our home, the land we rely on for survival. And as we chart a course for the future, may we persevere through the storms ahead as we sail towards a new era of...
Looks like we'll have more opportunities to
I'm sure you'll cope, Lady Moonchanter, given how fleet of foot you are. Unfortunately, I suspect I'll be too busy at the curatorium to act as your host. We have a busy schedule, not to mention an international network of contacts to manage.
That'll be all right. I'll just check your schedule with Yehuda well in advance. And if she's not available, I can simply ask Ashra.
You... So giving my...
I thought you'd approve. Aren't you forever increasing your employees' workloads?
That's a bold statement. Are all the Frost Moon Scions feeling more audacious now that your moon goddess has returned?
Columbina's return has brought joy to all who care about her. As for the Frost Moon Scions, we are learning how to thrive. It is up to us to make our home a more livable place.
I like the word try. It's nice and non-committal. You can opt out at any time.
You don't see a bright future for the Frost Moon Scions? Or did you mean the League?
I'm just not as optimistic. The Frost Moon Scions should count themselves lucky that they have a leader as stubborn and enterprising as you. But Nodcry's a big place, with all kinds of people. Most of them don't enjoy answering to a leader. Or even...
Well, that's where you and... Unless... the Curatorium of Secrets...
For now, yes. And that won't change until this venture becomes worth my while.
What would make it worth your while?
Getting out more than I put in. Right now, I'd barely break even. But I'll grant that it's a good start for...
Then maybe it's worth...
All right, you can stop now. Or do I have to join the Frost Moons?
You'd be very welcome to join us.
Hey, you two! Congrats on all your...
Nefer was trying to dissuade me from adding to her employees' workload. Also, she's considering joining the Frost Moon Scions.
Sorry, what? Your conversations are always the most interesting. Would you two care to join me for some tea before heading to your next destination?
Sadly not. I'm otherwise occupied right now. If it's any consolation, let me say that how things appear on the surface, perhaps you'll feel better if you focus on the fact you have a special line of communication.
Okay?
No. Or, well, that's not ominous at all. Not for the time being. Just think of this as a general check-in to make sure this communication system is still running smoothly. Besides, it's good to chat once in a while if we want to maintain our friendship.
You could have just said so. Still, the best friendships are built through faith. It's never gonna stop being weird having tea with you when you're not there and just...
All right, fair point. I'll bear that in mind for next...
Yeah. Any update on that crisis at the world?
Alice just informed me that they had their work cut out for them. And now everyone's thoroughly exhausted. But they did finally get things back under. The disruption caused by this disaster has made Tevat easier to detect from the outside. She plans to wait for things to stabilize, then reschedule her Mondstadt. As for me, I agree with Hat Guy's perspective. This is a time when many new variables are emerging, and the situation is changing constantly. Plus, most of this change is for the worse. We have to remain vigilant and ensure that I did notice that the energy in Nodcry changed somewhat after the War of Funerary Flame. But since it was still aligned with the Light Realm, I never gave it a sec. It looks like I'll have to examine the connections between phenomena I observe. Just doing my duty. It's more or less second nature, but of course. To give you the full picture, never mind. Paimon's right. Showing up. By the way, you did receive the gifts from the Hexen Circle, yes? I'm not trying to claim credit or anything, but my pride demands that I at least mention it. They're quite similar to the protective talisman that Alice gave.
Oh! So that's what kept our friends safe when Dotori trapped them.
Indeed. We went to great lengths to make sure they were invisible to his eyes. I'm so happy they came in handy. Still, not fishing for gratitude, by the way. I just want you to be aware that Anyway, I'll Oh, my angelic You should head to the docks next.
This place looks perfect. No, I'm bound for Sumeru, and she for Fontaine. We just happened to cross paths at the harbor. Everything seems fine. Sandrone may have an abominable temper, but she's always been very responsible with important calculations, and things entrusted to her by valued friends.
You always speak as if you know us inside out, Mr. Hat Guy.
Maybe I'm just a good judge of character.
I certainly hope that's all there is to it. Regardless, you have been a significant help in this matter. For that, you have my gratitude.
I didn't do anything special. Sandrone's the one who completed a seemingly impossible formula and turned the tide of the entire battle, even giving her life in the process. She's the one we should be thanking.
Even we were unaware that Sandrone had hidden the real formula inside Polonia's body. She managed to fool Dottore into thinking the formula was running in her system by installing an identical-looking decoy within.
She probably realized that she didn't have the strength to stop Dottore. But this way, she could at least get him to lower his guard. She always worked like that. Always had a backup.
Well, that's why I'm traveling to Fontaine. She made a request of me long ago, and the time has come to fulfill it. Think of it as her will. She said that should she ever fail in a mission, she'd like me to deliver her core and Polonia's to the Fontaine Research Institute. She also mentioned that she had made arrangements for people there to set her affairs, and some of her personal effects, such as her notes, were left to me. I've decided to take them back to the House of the Hearth. For safekeeping, primarily, but also, however, there is one book among them that I'd like to leave in your care. I'll have someone deliver it to your residence at the flagship at a later date. No, I was specifically warned not to tell her. This is her last wish, and I will abide by it. I can only hope so, but none of us here can know for certain. I bade farewell to Columbina earlier today. As promised, she turned the iridescent moon's marrow over to me. She spent a long time with Sandrone's body, saying her goodbyes.
Oh, is she alright?
Sandrone's passing has left a great wound in all of our hearts. It will take time to heal, but Columbina surprised me. She offered me some words of comfort before I departed. Despite being grief-stricken herself, she showed an awareness of the feelings of others around her. She never used to act like this. Clearly, she has grown. And I suspect that we have you to thank for much of the change we are seeing. After these recent events, the Tsaritsa has revoked the Pale Star Edict. Snezhnaya now realizes that the arrest warrant for Columbina was just a ploy by Dottore, who coveted her powers. I shall return to Nodcry to see her as soon as I find the time. I hope that from now on, she too will explore Columbina Hyposelenia's journey is... My ship is here. Traveler, Paimon, we shall meet again. You too, Hat Guy.
What are you still bumming around for? Isn't Columbina waiting for you? I thought today was the day you'd agreed with her to go find out the truth about your sibling. You're afraid you won't like the truth when you see it. Well, this is new.
Don't say that! Wouldn't you be if you were in this situation?
Fair point. But I'd say I have more experience facing up to unpleasant truths. They say blood's thicker than water. I know how much you need your family back. More than you need any of your friends. And no matter what the truth turns out to be, they will stick by you and support you. Whatever decision you make, finding the truth is important. At least, that's the life lesson I've learned from my experience. Grappling what? Now that Dottore's dead and gone? A little, I guess. But it hasn't solved everything. Maybe I regret not getting to end his life with my own hands. Or maybe it's something else. But for whatever reason, I still feel like I have a chip on my shoulder. Either way, I'm going back to Sumeru. Lesser Lord Kusanali is gonna need help dealing with all the chaos Dottore left in his wake. Not just from this incident. You should continue with your journey, as you've always done. Who knows? Maybe we'll meet again someplace else.
So, what should we do now? If you want to explore a bit more to study those... After all, when Columbina said she knew where your ship was hidden, Paimon promised to give you... It hasn't been all that long since we were last apart, sure. Ain't no biggie. Paimon's sure you'd prefer to digest the news about... But, no matter what you... If you can't make sense of something, let's give it some thought together. Feel better now? Alrighty. Believe we're meeting out here. We've gotten used to walking over to Silver Moon Hall whenever we...
Well, you're still welcome to go. It's just, now that it's all over, I've decided to make some changes. Try and fit in with the Frost Moon Scions, like Lama suggested. The older generation are still timid around me. They don't dare get too close, and they bow their heads when I walk by.
But things are much better with the children. I see more curiosity in their eyes. Hopefully, by the time the next moon prayer night comes around, I can enjoy the festival with them as myself.
You'll do fine, Columbina. Paimon's sure they'll realize.
You really think so? When we first met, you thought I was a little up in the clouds.
We were just starting out then, come on!
I'm only teasing. I know that I have you to thank for pulling me back down to solid ground. It feels good to finally stand firm on the earth where I was born.
Oh, that's great!
Thank you. I'll make sure not to lose it this time. Well then, are you ready?
Ether. What happened to our spaceship back then? It's time to learn the truth. Ready as up.
Good. Then let me open the way for you.
Where does this lead?
To our shared destination.
Huh?
Do you remember me telling you about my missing prologue back when we just met? But while I was inside the moon's reflection, I realized that my prologue was really hidden in the future. The story of the time before I was born. But when I obtained the Trilunar Authority and returned to our present reality,
So you mean...
Yes, your spaceship. All this time, it has been hidden on the frost moon, which lay beyond the sky. The great ruler of the firmament. The heavenly principles.
Wait, them? Why would they do that?
I don't know. Perhaps your ship contains something that is incompatible with Teyvat. Or some... Oh, did I pick a bad time to say this? I know it must have been hard. Maybe I should have waited until you were on the moon.
That would have been kind of mean, you know.
Oh?
Whatever is hiding in that ship, no one else has the right to decide whether I should or shouldn't know about it. Not even the heavenly principle.
Very well. Rest assured, Paimon. Thinking about this.
Yes.
Stories like that. I don't believe in endings.
Where am I?
This is the pathway I built between Teyvat and the Frost Moon. The moon is very far away from us, so it could be a long journey. After I obtained the Trilunar Authority, I unwittingly saw past events from many of my friends' lives. One was Lauma. She was so young when they chose her to be the Moon Chanter. From then on, the Frost Moon Scions looked to her to bring messages from their goddess. But, for better or worse, I had left Hisi Island before she was ever born. It was not until much, much later that she met me.
I think it's for the best. Because of the way things turned out, you had the opportunity to become friends.
You're right. In that sense, I think we were both very lucky. About that mage, Nicole. I only recently learned that she has lived in Teyvat since the time of the Three Moon Sisters. The Moon Goddesses always had a good relationship with the angels. I suppose our friendship continues that tradition. About her, beyond the fact that she was created by someone called the Lord Artificer. She, too, suffered for a long time Chewie. How I wish I could talk to her again, even if only to hear her say nasty things to me. Also, I saw your sibling's story. I'm afraid I didn't see much. It seems that he really came to the surface where the moonlight shines. But I did notice that back when you first set out on your journey, he would often appear nearby, gazing at you from afar with a guilty look in his eyes. Ether. Let us speak no more of the past. I probably shouldn't reveal so much about my friends. It's not my place. Let the moonlight carry us forth. We are very close now. I'd like to bring some kuhenki to the moon as well. If they're willing, of course.
What about your other friends? Will you bring them to visit too?
Certainly. But I'll need to tidy the place up first. This home hasn't received any guests in a long, long time. Writing something similar with you on Moon Prayer Night. I believe it was called
Dodoko's Whirligig.
Yes, that was it. You asked me if I was afraid to return to the moon, and I said that I was. The idea that I had gained something precious, only to lose it so quickly, that frightened me. But I'm not afraid anymore. Besides, we're traveling together. We're here. Over there. Spaceship. It's huge. I suppose that the moon is the only place one could hide it. It'll
I'll be alright.
Huh?
The way you feel in this moment, I went through it too, on Moon Prayer Night. The door was right in front of me. Solitude for me once meant living a life in which even I was absent. But that night, solitude meant throwing away the life I had gained after... Go. Retrieve the part of your life that was once lost. Trust me, you will lose nothing by doing so. Look, Teyvat is right there. All of our friends are...
You're right. Thank...
Finished?
Yeah. Why did you take your eye mask off?
Well, since my return, I've decided to take more opportunities to see the world with my... Besides, I've always wondered how Teyvat looks from the moon.
And what do you think?
It's beautiful. I could spend a whole day here just gazing at it. What about you? What do you think of the truth you found? I haven't looked at another person's expression in a long time, but...
Keep this up, and it won't be long before you give Nefer a run for her money.
Oh, I don't think that's going to happen. I'm much more used to sensing what's going on around me with Kuvaki. I think I'll save my eyes for seeing special moments I really want to remember.
I read the spaceship's flight logs. I always assumed that this was my first time in Teyvat. I thought that Ether and I must have been hibernating in space for centuries, but the logs show that our spaceship flew over the skies of Teyvat once before.
Flew over? So you didn't land?
No. The ship barely came to a stop before flying on again. After that, it continued traveling through space for a long time. Some of the data is corrupted, but I suspect that it kept flying for thousands of years. It was only after that the ship made a forced landing in Nodcry. When Ether found me, he came from outside the ship. Could this mean that he left the ship long before I did? Maybe even during our first pass over Teyvat?
Are you all right?
Yes. I can feel that the truth is coming together. One small piece at a time. I remember Ether telling me that when he first arrived in Conria, he could not recall the past. So this might be something that even he doesn't know.
Here, I made some space for you. You're mine.
Oh, wait, there's one more thing.
What is it?
Wait here a moment. Hey, Columbina.
Is that a new outfit?
An old one, technically.
It's been in a cabinet inside the ship this whole time. It's a matching pair with Ether's. He always liked this set more.
Huh.
Really?
Yes, it's still the same you. You're the same person, no matter what clothes you wear.
Only Columbina would make an observation like...
Traveler, do you consider Tevat your home?
Home is wherever Ether is. But then, after all the time I've spent here and everything I've been through, yes, I'd say it's my home.
Would you change your answer if Tevat changed appearance? I mean, if the truth about Tevat turned out to be different than what you thought.
I don't know. The truth is not what matters most to me about Tevat.
When I was first born, I longed for a home. And when you get something before you're mature enough to understand the world, I thought that a home was a transaction. You give me what I want, but you and your friends taught me what a true home should look like. You never asked for anything, yet you gave so generously to me.
That's because your friendship matters to us.
In the past, I thought that my birth in Nodcry must have been a mistake, but after journeying to the distant past where the story began, I realized that it was I who chose Nodcry to be my future home. Now,
I'm sure your friends are just...
In fact, I intend to make the same choice today as I did back then.
What do you mean?
Well, I've given the Eternal Moon's Marrow to Lauma, and the Iridescent Moon's Marrow to Arlecchino. And now, I shall return my Kuvagi to Nodcry again, that it may continue to protect...
Wait, but what about...
Oh, are you worried that I'll disappear again? I won't. Not this time. The Frost Moon has now entered the fall sky, and I am the Triloon God. I am only returning to Nodcry the part of me that it needs. Oh, and I have...
For me?
Yes. Come closer.
What was that?
I lifted some of the restrictions this world placed on you. I trust this will help in your future advent.
My power. It feels like it's grown. I can use the elements more freely now. Thank you.
You're welcome. I see you as family, and after everything you've done for me, In fact, no. It's not because I owe you. It's because you're worth it. Here. This flower is for you.
Isn't this a moon prayer blossom?
Yes. Don't worry. You will never see these flowers, Luke. I'm finally discovering the joy of giving.
Hey, better late than never. What are you thinking about now?
Why don't you take a guess?
I don't think I'll get it in one guess. But I'm sure it's a happy...
That's kind of a sneaky answer. Down into that. The moon seems so far away. I felt it might always lie beyond. But on the moon, everything feels so close by. The haze that once enshrouded the skies has finally been dispersed. I feel like a traveler on a winter's night, starting a new chapter in my tale by the warmth of a bond. I don't have a lot of luggage. Next, to start with, I
I want to stay here just a little long. After that, let's return. These clothes bring back so many memories.
Alright, I'll switch to that outfit.
The journey goes on. For you, and for me. Like I said, this is not the end. I don't believe there has to be an ending. Oh, is that your next destination? Most people would probably tell you to pack some warm clothes. But I experience things differently than most people, so I can't know how cold it is. In fact, it is home to quite a wondrous heat source. I think they call it Kreshnik's torch. Every city in Snezhnaya is built around one of. I sensed the energy it gave off as I was passing by on a railway train. I also recommend the Korolievsky troupe in Snezhnograd. They give performances quite regularly, and entry was free for harbingers. I liked them a lot. Ice cold and sharp. Crystal clear in some ways, yet profoundly unfathomable in others, like the thick layer of ice on top of a frozen lake. That's just the impression that Tsaritsa gives me. I was never able to glimpse what truly lies beneath that icy exterior. In fact, I don't think the people of Snezhnaya even know what kind of power their god wields. Maybe that's because the Tsaritsa herself has never acknowledged, nor accepted that power. There's Regrator, the Rooster, and the Jack. Between them, they control a lot of what happens in Snezhnaya, but I can never wrap my head around how exactly power is split between them. I just know they are each responsible for many specific domains. I noticed that the Rooster and Regrator often appeared to get along on the surface, while working against each other in secret, but I wasn't particularly interested, so I tended to keep my distance. Now that I think about it, the term Mistelton often seemed to come up in connection with Project Stuja. Once things settle down in Nodcry, I'd like to explore the world beyond Snezhnaya. You've told me so many stories about the other places you've been to, and all the friends you've made there. I'm curious to visit those nations and see them for myself. It would also help me learn more about the journey that has made you into the person you are today. Okay. As you continue on your journey, don't forget to gaze up at the moon once in a while. It is, after all, no longer an illusion. It shall cast down its true moonlight, connecting us in truth.
To Jean, acting Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius. This preamble is such a pain to write. It's probably high time we got rid of this acting business. I trust that Dern has updated you all on recent events. Hope we didn't worry you too much. The good news is, we managed to come together and put a stop to the Doctor's evil schemes. With that, I think it's safe to say that Nodcry is. As for the Fatui, not counting the Damselette, aka the Moon Goddess, who has left their organization, we found ourselves allied in this instance with both the Knave and Marionette. As ever, we find ourselves better off for making friends rather than enemies. But until we can ascertain the Tsaritsa's true intentions, in a short while. Wait, how am I meant to surprise everyone if I tell them in the letter that I'm heading home? Well, that would be a huge waste. Okay, I will begin sending the expeditionary team back home in waves. I'm sure they'll be able to answer any question. I hope they won't gloss over the details of my many heroic deeds. But if they do, I'm sure it'll be because they're just too exhausted from the long journey. I think of Mondstadt daily. Please give everyone my best regards. P.S. The honorary knight went above and beyond this time. Are there any other honors we can give her? I'll leave it with you. P.P.S. Please be extra nice to Klee for the foreseeable future. I cashed in on the last favor that the Hexen Circle owed us, so we need to earn some more goodwill. If there's any serious problems, feel free to stick me in solitary confinement when I get back. I'll do the time for her. Whew. And that, as they say, is all she wrote. End of it. And with the moon shining down brighter than ever, I think everyone is going to sleep well tonight.
Time for a break. This place looks perfect.
When the winds of freedom blow too strong, we're in for a storm.
Trust me,